Hey everyone, the Great Dino Ranger here again, back with another review. Today, I have a double review today. We're going to be taking a look at two things I recently just got yesterday. And we're going to be taking a look at the Jurassic World Bumpy and the Jurassic World Alioramus. So I got these two yesterday. Super hyped. Been looking for Bumpy for a long time. And I've been waiting to find this guy. I'll talk more about him when we get to that. Let's take a look at these awesome figures. So, Bumpy, it's basically just a Camp Cretaceous packaging. We've all seen that, but this is my first attack pack. Camp Cretaceous packaging. But it's nothing, nothing too special. We've seen this dozens of times. And then the Alioramus. Just a brief look at the packaging. Nothing too special. We've all seen this before. So, without further ado, let's get these guys unboxed. So here we have both of these amazing figures out of the packaging. First impressions, they are really good. These guys have been ones I've been looking for a long time. So I'm really happy that I actually have them. So let's get deeper into the review. We're going to take a look at Bumpy first. Yes, I have been looking for him for a long time. Ever since he was showing up in U.S. Target stores. I think even throughout the whole summer, I was like constantly looking through many Targets trying to look for him. No luck. And I guess yesterday happened to be my lucky day. So, look at this guy. He is adorable. He is really cute. Little baby Ankylosaurus. And that's his name, Bumpy, from the new Camp Cretaceous TV show coming out on Netflix. But yeah, this is our second baby dinosaur from Mattel. Actual baby. I'm not talking about mini dinos, but like the blind bags. No, I'm talking about the real baby dinosaurs. Because I know the first one we got a couple times was the baby T-Rex from the Lost World. And now we have the baby Ankylosaurus, Bumpy from Camp Cretaceous. So that's cool. I'm looking forward for more babies in the future. So, but yeah, this guy's so cute. He has a lot of detail. Yeah, I mean, look at that. A lot of creases and bumps all over the place. It's a really cool looking figure. Even on the bottom, look, all these creases, lines on the beak and the horns. Even on the top part, on its back. Even the club has a little bit of detail on it. Oh, that scale work. But yeah, it's full of detail. I love the coloration. Even though this character is stylized, not really supposed to match anything live action. This is just a stylized, animated baby Ankylosaurus. So yeah, I mean, it may not look too correct with the adult live action Ankylosauruses, but still, this is a baby one, so that's still a win. So that's good. But yeah, I love the colors. Even the eye is like this red color with a huge like dark brown or purple pupil. Different shades of gray for the beak and then the horns. Yeah, you got like a dark one for the beak, a mid-tone for the head spikes, and a light one for the back ones. And I'm really surprised Mattel painted the little spikes on the tail. I would have expected them to not be painted, but that's a good plus right there. That's Mattel doing extra hard work, so that's good. A lot of good detail and spikes. I know these ones are not painted, but that's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. And you know these spikes are actually rubber. They're not actually sculpted in. It's like a separate piece under the shell. Yeah, really good. And looking at him straight on, you can see that this horn is much longer than the other one, and that's actually part of Bumpy's character. That's what makes him unique. That's good. And then articulation-wise, the little stubby little tail can move left to right. That's good. Not saying this guy could do any damage towards a T-Rex, but still, that's a pretty cool little articulation choice for him. And then the head can go down, it can go up, and it can go side to side. It can actually go all the way around, but there's no reason why someone would need to do that. And then the arms can go about that far, can go that far, and then the back legs can go, they're a little tight, but I guess that's better than have them be loose, can go that far, and cannot go forward too much. I think it's because of the back part kind of gets in the way, but still, that's pretty good. This is a really solid figure, so I really like it, like having another baby dinosaur adding to the Jurassic Park collection. Next, we're going to take a look at the Alioramus. The reason why I like this guy is the Alioramus is actually my favorite species of Tyrannosaur, which that is the group that involves T-Rex or any other relatives or cousins. So this is my favorite Tyrannosaur. So I'm really happy to have a Mattel figure of this. Yeah, this guy is amazing. Probably one of the best attack packs from Mattel. The detail, which we'll take a look at, is spot on. It is incredible. All those large spikes or scales along behind the eye, on the jaw. Really good scale work over the body. That's amazing. Even the arms, tail is full of good spikes. Even the underbelly has these really good crocodilian-like spikes, or not spikes, excuse me, the crocodilian-like scales, which adds really good detail to the animal. Makes it look unique. A lot of rough skin folding on the neck, so that's good. Yeah, the scale work is really spot on. Even on the feet, very bird-like. You can see the rib cage right there, but yeah, it's full of detail, and I noticed this too, and a lot of people did, but there are actually sculpted in feathers on the back of the head, as Tyrannosaurs did have feathers. We do have evidence of that. Maybe not all T-Rexes, but we got evidence that some members of the family have feathers. And so, seeing Alioramus with feathers on the back, that's pretty cool. Tells sticking with paleontological accuracies, or being scientific, I guess. So yeah, they added feathers. That's good. This makes this our second full feathered theropod or dinosaur. The first was the Mononychus. Now this is the next feathered dinosaur. I'm not going to count the quill feathered raptors from Jurassic Park 3, as those aren't really full-on feathers, more like quills, but I'm talking about normal feathers. So the spikes, long spikes on the snout of Alioramus, these are very unique, and they match the animal very well. They're perfectly painted, and the skull shape actually represents the animal really good. It's very close to the real animal, very short and thin, and the coloration is really good too. I love the red and brown. This guy would look very good in a forest environment, in my opinion, even though it lived like in Mongolia, which it may not lived in full-on forest, but taking these pictures of this guy in a forest environment would look really awesome. And even inside the mouth, if I can get that. Alright, so the mouth is actually a little tough to get open because it's so thin. It kind of like sinks into the top jaw, but I'm still able to get it. But the teeth are painted really good, and they look very, 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 very well spaced. They look very sharp too, so that, I mean, Mattel's killing it with this Alioramus. You know, they're so good at it. Very good detail and coloration inside the mouth, so that's good. So that just leaves us with our articulation. The tail is able to twist. At least that's how it was. It looked kind of crooked when I took it out, so I fixed it. Just twisted it back so it aligned with the back. But I'm not sure. It is articulated, but there's no reason for you to have it. And the mouth is obviously articulated, so it can close and it can open extremely wide. So that's really good. I'll just keep it open for the purpose of this review. And the head can go down about that far, you can get a good drinking pose or eating pose. Very good for when I take pictures and post them on my Instagram. And they can go high. Its head can rise up that far. The arms can move front and back, and they are not pronated, so that is very scientifically accurate. And the legs can move back. This one can move back about this far because of the tail, and it can move forward. But of course the arms kind of get in the way of that, but still, it's pretty good. So that does it for articulation for the Alioramus. Alright, next we're going to go through size comparison. And we always start with our human characters. Here I got my trusty Dr. Alan Grant here. So as you can see, Bumpy is a really big baby. Almost like it even looks like the size of a relatively good sized like black bear, I would say, you know, because they're not that big, but it looks as big as a small bear. So Bumpy is a pretty big baby, and I know there's a lot of debate whether which of these Bumpies is more accurate to the size in the show. I would say this one may not be the best representation of the size, but it does make for a good baby Ankylosaurus either way, whether if it's big or not. So I like it. And for fun purposes, we got the smaller Bumpy figure that came with the Camp Adventure set. Now this one's more, I guess you can say, accurate because it is a smaller hatchling version of Bumpy. But yeah, I mean, they look really good. I mean, this could be considered a hatchling of him, and then this is him as he gets older. Obviously, we have the from 2018 from Fallen Kingdom, Jurassic Fallen Kingdom. We have the Roarivores Ankylosaurus, the blue one, and then we have the 2019 Dino Rivals Ankylosaurus, which is just a repaint. So yeah, they look very well together. Yeah, I know this one's more based off of the live action, and this one's more based off of the animated TV show. But yeah, I mean, lack of a better term, I mean that works really good together. Yeah, I think they look good, and I'll even throw in the hatchling too. So yeah, I think that works perfect. Hatchling, getting older, and then your full-on adult species. Alright, and then lastly we have my favorite Tyrannosaur, Alioramus. We are going to compare him with my other Mattel Tyrannosaurus species that we have currently. And probably the most famous of them all, the first one, is the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, definitely the biggest of them all. Alioramus was a very small Tyrannosaur. Somewhat small towards T-Rex, but large towards us. And then here we have the Alioramus compared to the Tarbosaurus. The Tarbosaurus lived in Mongolia and actually would have came across, I think, the Alioramus. So they may have met each other, possibly, because they both lived in Mongolia. So the Tarbosaurus is not very accurate in terms of size. It should have been at least close to the size of the T-Rex. So, but still, they work very well together. I love the colors. So a good foresty environment with these two in it look very, very good. And I literally almost forgot to compare it with a human figure. So here is Dr. Alan Grant with the Alioramus. And they look very well together. Very accurate, I would say. So yeah, I mean, you can even see this Alioramus taking on a Jurassic Park raptor. So they're that big. Toy size. So yeah, these look very, very good together. So guys, that's just about to wrap it up for this review. I tried to make this review short and sweet, but I have a feeling it's not even going to be short at all. It's kind of hard to do a short review when you want to talk about a lot of things. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe for my channel. And I'll see you guys again for the next video. See ya.